Welcome back. I hope you had a great Christmas and a New Year's is this weekend. Now, we're going to talk about your power potential. And now going into the new year, 2021, it's always good to know what God has put into you for this year, for this new season. Now, you might think, hey man, I'm too young. I don't have to worry about that. Well, let me tell you, okay, just because you might be unassuming does not mean that God has not put something powerful inside of you. Now, a Minto might look small, it might look unassuming, but if you put it in the right circumstance, in the right situation, it has power potential. Now, we all have dreams and we all have visions because God said in Jeremiah 1, before you were in your mother's womb, He knew you, He fashioned you, He made you for such a time as this, and you have skills inside of you. Now, we all have dreams. Now, when I grew up, I had two older brothers, we had a dream. We had an amazing dream. It said, let's make a zip line. And we didn't live in the woods where you can have a zip line easily, but we had these two trees. One was over here and one was over there, and it was only about 15 feet away, which is not far if you're talking about a zip line. But we did it. We got a yellow rope, we got this PVC pipe, and we went, whoa, and you let go. Because if you didn't let go right in time, you go, and you knock into a tree. And you're probably unconscious, but we had a zip line. So it was a little dangerous, but we had a zip line. We let no circumstance tell us otherwise that we did it. Now, if we look into an example of Joseph, now Joseph in the Bible in Genesis 37, he was a daddy's boy. He was dad's favorite, which as you can guess, his brothers didn't like him too much. And one time he had a dream, he had a vision from God. It was a godly dream that one day all the brothers and stuff and the fathers would be bowing to him. And he was like, yeah, I'm awesome. And in his lack of wisdom, but in his zeal, he told them over some cornflakes in the morning, he's like, hey guys, all you guys be bowing to me. Now, as you can imagine, this didn't go over too well with his older brothers. Now, I have two older brothers, as I said before, and if I told them one day, hey guys, you guys are gonna be bound to me, I'm awesome, right? They would not take too kindly to it, and they put me in my place. I had this exact same thing happen to me. One of my brothers, we were playing what we called Houdini. I was like 8, I think. And he'd wrap my hands in rope, and I'd get out of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm awesome, and I'd do it again. I started getting a little cocky about it. So my brother, who's 5 years older than me, he tied my hands like this, and then he tied it like this way, and then he put it in a tree. And then I couldn't get out, and he just went inside. And then he forgot about me. So I was out there crying, goes I can't get out, right? And then eventually my mom was like, hey, have you seen Aaron? And Josiah was just watching TV and he's like, oh no. So he went back outside and untied me. And I was out there for 10 minutes just knobbing, just like that. Let me tell you what, I was humbled that day. And Joseph had the exact same kind of experience, a little worse on his part. His brother saw him and they say, hey, look at this dreamer, let's kill him. But one of them were like, no, let's not kill him. Let's just beat him up, take his coat, make it bloody, make him tell dad that he was dead, but then we could sell him into slavery. And that's what they did. So poor Joseph got into slavery. We'll talk about that next time. But right now I want to focus on the fact that his dream was correct. His dream was right. It was actually given to him by God. But his circumstances said otherwise. His circumstances said that this might not happen. His power potential might have been crippled. And I want to tell you that delay does not mean denial in God. His timing is different than our timing. Now, I always wanted a zip line, but I never actually went on a real zip line until my honeymoon about 17 years later than we made that death trap of a zip line. Now, you have potential, you have power inside of you that God has given you the gift set. Now, just because people say, hey, you can never do this, you can never do that, no one in our family has ever graduated, or no one in our family has ever made their own business. One, yes, it's always wise to listen to godly advice, but at the same time, you need to know what God has said to you. Now, in 2021, I'm gonna challenge you to pray about it. See what God has given you. What has God given you that you have maybe been too nervous to start? Do you like writing? Do you like painting? Are you a good singer? Use the gifts that God's given you because what He has put inside of you is not just for you, it's to bless others. That's what life is all about in God. So I hope that challenged you. I hope you like that. Next time we're gonna talk about Joseph's challenges and the fun struggles that he went through because that's always fun. Till then, be blessed.